It's a full moon. I came on the mic just to murder beats, and now I'm ludicrous to disturb the peace. And now I look at rappers like a herd of sheep, and when I look around I get the thirst to eat. Throw rhymes like knives to the first to bleed. Speak under your breath if you heard of me. Nobody burning me up here.
What's good, everybody, and welcome to BodyBag Podcast. I'm Chris Thomas, and with me as always, Broke Rider Dave.
How we doing, everybody?
It is the season, everybody's favorite season. And in order to... yeah. And we wanted to talk about one of the definitive aspects of Halloween, the classic haunted house.
Yes.
But me and Dave, we're just a couple of podcasters. What do we know about haunted houses? We talk to people who know about scary stuff. So we had to get a couple of experts. They might be humble and not say that they're experts, but we consider them experts on everything paranormal. They've written about haunted house type stuff. First up, he was our guest last month on the BodyBag show with his book 396, which was given away to two lucky winners, actually, one main winner and one runner-up. And I want to talk to him a little bit about his upcoming project that he's working on. Christopher Frost is back.
Thank you for having me.
And it took a little bit to get, I think last time we had this guy on was, I think, our Christmas episode. And yeah. And how's it going there? Spencer Hamilton, also a fan favorite of the show.
It's going great. It's good to be back. It's been a minute.
Yeah. I'm glad that we were able to get you on. I know we've been talking about it for a little bit.
You know, I was supposed to come on and talk to you guys about the Black Phone.
Yeah.
And you know, if the movie hadn't been delayed, none of what happened in my personal life would have stopped things. So I think we can blame the makers of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, Ethan Hawke. What's
All
wrong?
them. We blame you, but that movie is amazing.
Agreed.
This is the second time that we had to watch a movie for a review and then the guest had something come up. At the very least, this movie was a good one.
Yeah.
The last time it happened, we watched The Girl Next Door.
Oh
God.
No.
And it just put me in such a sad mood.
Such an uncomfortable
And
watch.
I was like, all right, let's go ahead. Well, and I was just anxious to talk about it, to at least vent about it. And then the person ducked out twice.
Yeah.
And I was like, I put myself through that emotional torture for an hour and a half, and we don't even get to talk about it.
Yeah.
Well, actually, that should probably, we don't need a guest. I don't know why I didn't think about it. Me and Dave ended up watching it. Why didn't we just make that a movie review?
Well, we're not going to do it now because I'm not rewatching it. I'm putting my foot down on that.
And I do have to say, I can't speak for Christopher, but I, for certain, am no expert, though I will try my best to pretend.
Mm. So I kind of wanted to just get an update on what you guys got going on. I think, well, Chris, while I have it in my head, I know last time we were talking, you were working on your John Doe book.
Yeah.
How's that progressing?
It's going. It's a very long work in progress with a lot of writer's block on this one.
Mm-hmm.
So, I keep taking breaks and working on other novellas at the time. It's a massive book. It might be longer than 396. I might have to cut it down.
I know I keep saying
right.
it wrong. I'm sorry.
I should have named it 396 Main Street, and it would have made more sense. But once again,
I'll just say your other book.
I let the editor talk me into it.
And and that's John Doe. And Spencer, do you have anything that you're currently working on right now?
Yeah, I've got several things here and there, but the stuff that that I can talk about are Smileyland is essentially on track to have a lot of new content next year.
I'm excited for that. I've gotten really into your Smileyland universe you're building.
Did we talk to Spencer about the house that thing that we're trying to get going on with Jamie?
I don't think so, yeah.
Okay, so it's been a minute since you've talked to Jamie about that, I'm guessing, because he convinced me.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he came to me a few times with.
But for those who don't know,
Right.
You want to go ahead and just say what we're talking about?
Yeah, sure. So there's this series from the Deadline Horror Collective that's called Price Manor, and the conceit behind the series is, since we're talking about haunted houses, it's
Yeah.
about this haunted house that can travel through time and space to kind of show up right where its victims are, you know?
Yeah.
And so with each book, it's in a different place and time, and it's also written by a different author. So Jamie Stewart, he wrote the second book called The House That Bleeds, for which I wrote the foreword, and it is just an incredible novella. It reminded me so much of Shirley Jackson, author of Haunting of Hill House, more haunted house stuff, and he's been trying to get me to join the series with a Smileyland version of the story. He kept pitching it to me as, what if Price Manor showed up in Smileyland, which is this amusement park in this world that I've created. And I didn't go for it the first couple times he came to me, and then he wrote out a little more detailed of a pitch of what he was thinking, and it was so cool. I couldn't say no. And so yeah, The House That Smiles is going to be one of the
That's the
Price
title
Manor entries. Yeah.
That's a great
because
title.
I know we have The House That Bleeds. This one's The House That Smiles. I know there's a couple of the other house that
The House That Burns, and then The House That Falls.
Yeah,
the other two.
We're in the process of rebranding the series, and so new covers and everything. And so pretty soon the first book, The House That Burns by Mike Salt, is going to get a re-release with this sexy new cover. And then we're going to start releasing the books fairly quickly.
I'd like to get a couple of you guys on here so we can talk about the House That series, and we haven't gotten Mike on yet. That'd be neat if we can get Jamie, and Mike or something.
Yeah,
I'd love that, and I know that they would as well. So yeah, after Mike Salt and Jamie, the first new Price Manor book is going to be The House That Remembers by Kelly Brocklehurst. But yeah, so that's the Price Manor series, and that's connected to my Smileyland books, which are, to answer your original question, what I've been working on.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. It's good to hear. I was really interested in hearing how that was going. Yeah. Kind of redirecting back to Chris. Originally, we were going to have Haley on this panel with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She unfortunately had to duck out, but so it's just, it's the guys' night out today. So you know what,
Saturdays
Newland?
Are for the boys.
You know what, Newland? You would have just cramped our style anyway. She knows I'm joking.
Haley is also a part of the Price Manor series, so she can make up for this when we do the Price Manor author chat with you.
That'd be great.
There was two reasons I was upset about that. A, she's always fun to have on the show, obviously.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But two, we had a little bit of fun at her expense because of the book that we were talking about with Chris and the vicious rumors apparently that go along with 396. Yeah. I isolated a sound clip and I isolated everything. I wanted her to be on the show so I could be like, so Haley, I want you to just kind of hear what we were talking about a little bit on the last. On the last, did you ever bring that up at all?
Up to her?
Yeah.
I had at the beginning. Someone had written a review. I can't remember who it was, but someone generous enough to read the book. Mm-hmm. And I said to Haley, "Oh, this person thinks that all this stuff in the book happened to me." And I think she just kind of laughed, and then as it progressed, it just seemed to be that everybody thought these events were actually true.
Mm-hmm. I think this is funny because I think that Christopher might be the first author that we have that tries to actually distance himself a little bit from the events of the book. Because when we talk to other authors, they're like, this part of the book I remember back when I was like 20 and this happened. Christopher's the only one that's like, no, none of this is true. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
It didn't happen.
At this point, man, you should just lean into it. Like, yeah, it's all true, guys. It's
All of
based
it.
on a true
And
story.
yeah,
last time.
And yes, I died at the end. Yeah.
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 I think you go the other way. You keep denying it, but every once in a while you just wink, you know?
Or you let something slip.
Right.
I think I told him last time, you know what you do? Just every time you tell the story, just take bits and pieces from different haunted house stories and just each time it's different.
Yeah.
You're like the Joker, and your stories are never the same twice.
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny thing that just kind of happened with this book. This people believing that this is all true. It's like, well, if you read it, it's pretty different than what you could have happen in real life.
Yeah.
I want to ask, actually, Dave, how much further have you gotten into that? Because I didn't get too much further because the book, I have to actually buy another copy because I had to send it off to the prize winner.
I think I'm about a page 260, somewhere around there.
So
I'd have to pull up my Kindle app, see where I'm at.
So you're getting you're a good distance away.
Yeah,
that's good. Well, since we have just a limited time with one of you guys, is there anything that y'all want to kind of push real quick before we have a couple of things that we're gonna do in this episode, but in terms of projects or anything that you want people to know about, do you want to go ahead and just shout anything out, either of you?
My last release is called Sister Fun Time, and
yeah.
If people on here have heard me mention this place called Smileyland and you want to know more, I have a free novella on my website, spencerhamiltonbooks.com. But Sister Fun Time is the prequel to everything. So yeah, I guess that'll be my plug of the day.
I guess
I read it and I thought it was amazing. So everyone should go get it.
And
I actually read it too.
Oh yeah? Really?
I did. I was shocked that you were on. I was like, oh, when they said, oh, have you met Spencer? I'm like, no, I haven't, but I've read the book.
Well, shit, I'm honored. Thank you, Christopher.
do you know Spencer Hamilton? Only by reputation.
Right.
And we'll probably have another Smiley Land book and another upcoming giveaway. That was given away too in our last September giveaway. So,
that's awesome.
So be on the lookout for that. We'll probably do that around Thanksgiving or Christmas time.
Awesome.
And what about you there, Chris?
I actually have a novella being edited right now and hoping to get that back in the next couple weeks, bury into that a bit and get that out get it out at the beginning of next year.
All right. So y'all both are keeping busy then. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
All right. So, I don't know, I don't know if they saw the Tag or the Haley episode, but we're gonna make a resurgence of something that we kind of started doing, and then
in season 2, I think it was,
and then it kind of went away. But now, since we actually have 2 people on, I thought we would bring back Build a Monster.
Build a Monster. I'm intrigued.
So what I got here, I have a random wheel thing that I filled up with dozens and dozens and dozens of horror monsters, horror characters, blah, blah, blah. And you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different qualities. You get 8 spins, 8 different qualities. You got to build your ideal monster.
Okay.
And since we got 2 of you here, I figured that we would pit your 2 creations against each other.
Okay.
Now, we can do this one of 2 ways. I'll tell you what the things are right now. You have appearance, intelligence, strength, resources, voice, speed, weapons, and specialty. I spin it, and then I tell you who's up, and then you say, I want their this, I want their that. Or we can do it randomly, and you just give me 1 through 8 numbers, just randomly give them to me. And then whatever comes up, we assign that number to. So it's like, all right, give me 1 through 8. 6, 1, 3, 2, 7, 5, whatever like that. and then whatever order it comes up in is like, all right, well then it's random. You wanted 5, that means that we take Godzilla's intelligence. So,
Okay.
so which would you guys rather? Do you want to spin and then attribute, or just random?
I think it'd be cool if Spencer and I went up against each other.
Oh yeah,
one.
you both okay. So do you want to build your entire monster first and then the other person, or it's like, all right, first we got appearance and then we judge that first?
I think the back and forth would be cool.
Okay. So why don't we just go ahead and start with Spencer then?
All right.
First thing up, actually, to make this interesting, you choose the quality first, and then we do the spin, and it'll be attributed to both of you guys. And then when we go to Chris, you're like, all right, so it'll make sense in a minute. So, all right, so we have appearance, intelligence, strength, resources, voice, speed, weapon, and specialty. Which one do you want to spin for first?
Weapon, please.
All right, you want to spin for weapon?
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of Godzilla, Godzilla was the first spin here. So what would weapon Godzilla? What would Godzilla's weapon be? Was it his
his nuclear breath or whatever?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're gonna spin for all right, so Chris, now we're gonna go back and forth now of those things, do you want to spin for weapon or do you want to spin for a different trait?
We can stay on topic. We can do weapon.
Okay, weapon. Candyman.
Ooh.
Hey.
I'm gonna have to. I mean, I'm gonna have to go with the hand on that one.
Is his little claw?
His little claw.
Candyman. Okay. Sticking with Christopher, you get to choose the next trait. And then it goes to Spencer, and then so what's the next trait?
Right. Let's go with intelligence.
Intelligence. Xenomorph.
Ooh.
So you get the Xenomorph's intelligence.
I'm gonna go with his stalking ability.
Okay. All right. Spencer, sticking with intelligence here.
Mm-hmm.
Agent Starling from Silence of the Lambs.
Okay. All right.
She was in the FBI.
Yeah.
Pretty smart.
Yeah, I'm feeling lucky with that one. Let's go with
I'll tell you what you have left. You have appearance, strength, resources, voice, speed, and specialty.
let's go with strength.
Okay. Graboid.
Graboid. Okay.
We need to review that too. I love Tremors.
Oh, that's a Tremors. Okay.
Yeah, that's a Tremors reference. A giant worm, basically.
I thought they were just called tremors.
A smart giant worm with nuclear breath. I think this is pretty cool.
This, if anything, you got the next Hollywood kaiju monster. All right. Chris's thing's strength. Charles Lee Ray.
Oh, okay.
He's a serial killer. Charles Lee.
Yep. Ray. And what category am I on?
Well, that was his strength. So,
okay.
So you have basically a serial killer strength.
Serial killer with stalking and
claw.
What was the other one I picked? And claw. Yeah.
That's that's still. I mean, that's pretty much a 80s slasher right there that you're making here.
Christopher, I have to ask you though, are you actually a doll, or do you just have the...
No, because I have Chucky on here, so Charles Lee Ray the human.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have a long hair with a receding hairline
And a cool leather jacket.
and a cool leather jacket. All
Well, he
right.
just has a strict, nice appearance, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but also like, if you had specialty for that, you could have had the power of some voodoo. That would have been neat.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is the next trait we're doing there? We
What
got
do we have? We have
appearance.
appearance left.
We got
We can go with that.
appearance, resources, voice, speed, and specialty. All right. So, you want to go? So, you want to roll for what you look like?
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. You look like Freddy Krueger.
Nice. This is turning out good. I like my monster.
Freddy K. I'll even let you choose which one. You want classic Freddy? You want new Nightmare Freddy?
Or reboot that we don't talk about, Freddy.
I seem to be the only person that kind of like defends it a little bit.
Yeah, you can't defend the way he looked, though.
Yeah, appearance or
No,
the
just I
quality
mean
of the movie.
the movie itself, not the way he looks.
Okay, I'll give you the movie. I'll give you that. That'll give you some points on
Um,
appearance. I'm gonna go with a new Nightmare.
okay, I even think that Jackie Earle Haley was a good choice for a replacement. But yeah, everybody pretty much definitively agrees that that the prosthetics did not look good.
No.
All right, so now we're rolling for. All right, so Freddy versus who? Please let it be Jason. I'm spinning for Spencer right now. You look like Sweeney Todd.
Oh, yes. Okay. As a former theater kid, I fully embrace this.
I love Sweeney Todd. The bloodiest play on Broadway, if I'm not mistaken. All right.
There's an Evil Dead musical, but I don't know if that ever went to Broadway. But there's a Splash Zone.
Yeah, I don't know if that went. I don't think it did.
I hope that they get Bruce Campbell to like just randomly make an appearance, just to come in. I mean, he has to at least for one of them.
Yeah, if it's on Broadway, that'd be perfect.
All right, Spence. We got resources, voice, speed, and specialty.
Let's go with voice.
Voice. Van Helsing.
Hey, okay. If so, I'm assuming I can choose my Van Helsing, so I can say that I sound just like Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to talk like Hugh Jackman? You want to talk like Hugh Jackman, talking in an English accent or an American accent?
Yes, I'm into it.
All right,
Chris, creature's turning out pretty handsome.
That's true. Johnny Depp looks, Hugh Jackman's voice.
Yeah,
looking like Johnny Depp. Yeah. Yes, but can you deal with the smooth, silky voice of Papa Legba from American Horror Story? That dude actually has a really cool voice.
Yes, I will take that.
You got no choice.
I know.
Y'all ever watch that series?
Yes, sir. Papa Legba is from the Coven season, right?
He's been in Coven, and I think he also made an appearance in Apocalypse.
Oh, okay. I'm a few behind.
Yeah.
Oh, spoiler then.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you got the last three here: resources, speed, and specialty. Chris, what are we going with?
Let's go with speed.
Speed. The lightning fast reflexes of Samara Morgan from The Ring.
Okay. So I'm very slow.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
All the more time for people to take in your hellish looks and intimidating physique.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got the xenomorph thing, so I can just kind of hide and jump out at them.
You don't need speed when you got stealth.
Right, exactly.
All right.
Very flexible. Contortionist.
Yes.
All right, there, Spence. Can he dodge with his speed of... Actually, this is pretty decent speed between the both of you because yours is the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh
Okay.
yes, I love that. Justice Speed though.
Justice
Yes,
Speed.
it. All right, that's disappointing, but I'll take it.
Hey, you needed. It had to be at least. We couldn't have one of you guys just running away from this thing, and the other one chasing. So
Right.
we're down to our last two. You
Let's
got
go
re-
resources.
resources. All right. Judge Doom.
Hey, so what would you say that means in terms of resources?
Resources. Judge Doom from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, right?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, I guess he has his toon lackeys, his acidic thing. I don't know. I mean, he seemed to have about as much resources as I don't know, taught from Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean,
Yeah, he's got some stuff.
he's got he's got an unknown amount of stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so like a mysterious amount of stuff.
Yeah. So not knowing, that's kind of scary.
But he's also kind of like he's got connections, you know,
Exactly.
And lackeys.
and lackeys. Yeah.
And lackeys,
Toon lackeys.
Yeah.
which is even cooler.
All right, so Judge Doom, that's pretty pretty decent. And Christopher, you got the resources of you.
Uh-oh.
You were very close to having something very good, and then you ended up with Shaun of the Dead.
All right.
You got yourself a cricket bat. You got yourself a
Unlimited beer.
unlimited
Yep.
beer from the Winchester. A girlfriend that kind of resents you. A zombie best friend.
Yeah, you got a zombie best friend you can stick on people.
We're in the friend category.
All right, and we have our last thing. This might be the make or break thing for all of these, the specialty. So, Chris, specialty for you
Specialty.
is okay. So the zombie from I Am Legend.
Okay. I'll tell you. I got a pretty cool monster going on.
They have about the strength and speed of like Captain America.
Yeah.
They're pretty decent zombies, yeah.
Yeah.
So you wanted to? So I guess you want to take their physicality.
Yeah, I would take that.
Okay.
I feel like maybe I'm wrong about the movie, but I Am Legend it's a vampire story.
It is.
Yeah. It's I always called them zombies.
Okay.
I mean, I know that they're technically not. I mean, they burn in the sunlight. They're technically vampires, but
Right.
I always called them zombies.
Yeah, they burn in sunlight like vampires, but kind of act more like zombies.
Like that horde mentality.
The
Yeah.
horde mentality, can't speak.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of just like a rabid, like I just want to kill kind of mindset.
They're a vampire without all of the like really cool qualities.
Yeah.
They're vampires, how actual vampires would be. Not all vampires own mansions and are rich and good looking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
I
I'm
feel like
like
if you live
Brad
for
Pitt.
hundreds of years, you're probably gonna end up being pretty rich.
I actually had that thought the other day. Like, well, I was at work. If I was a vampire, still just working a 9 to 5, just that's why I work the night shift.
Yeah.
It's like I've been at this job for 100 years. I'm just trying to get that 401k. Like,
Yeah.
all right. So that is your specialty, and lastly, Spence's specialty.
Let's see.
The cloyne,
The
or
cloyne.
from clown.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, me either.
You're pretty much an immortal clown demon.
Well, fuck
that's
yeah.
Well, how about this? I'll put it to you this way, so you can't just be I'm an immortal clown demon. I will bring up his abilities right now, and you can tell me which of them you would want to take.
All right.
The Cloyne. I'd recommend you check it out. It's pretty good. A guy puts on a clown outfit for his son's birthday and then can't get it off, and he turns into a ravenous clown.
I like that premise.
It's really good. All right, so your powers and skills. You have to choose one of these.
Okay.
Supernatural strength, immortality, possession, enhanced speed and agility, accelerated metabolism, regenerative healing factor, virtually indestructible, durability, voracious hunger for any children that it sees, fangs, claws, and high intelligence.
Well, some of those I feel would be trump card, like immortality, and that wouldn't really make it fun. So I'm gonna go with the regenerative.
Regenerative?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping you'd go hunger for children.
At least that you
go with
wouldn't-
that.
All right. So, your creations, Christopher, you have the appearance of Freddy Krueger, the intelligence of a xenomorph, the strength of Charles Lee Ray, the resources of Shaun of the Dead, the voice of Papa Legba, the speed of Samara Morgan, the weapon of Candyman, and the specialty of Zombie from I Am Legend, or Vampire, so your enhanced physicality.
So I'm a little fucked.
Well, no, let me list out Spencer's. He has the appearance of Sweeney Todd, the intelligence of Agent Starling, the strength of a graboid, the resources of Judge Doom, the voice of Van Helsing, the speed of the Pale Man, the weapon of Godzilla, and the specialty or the regenerative properties of a clown. Yeah, maybe a little fuckied. Fuckished. Fuckished.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Spencer's.
Yeah.
But hey, the last sound you will hear before you die are the sweet dulcet tones of Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
He'll sing you some Oklahoma.
Oh God.
Well, I want to bring this back every time we have a panel.
Yeah.
I'll post this. Maybe you're not as screwed as you think. I'm gonna post the verses on Insta. We'll let people decide.
Yeah.
Know which way that's gonna go.
So, but now we come to the subject at hand, the topic of this entire body bag episode. I know that we'll only have you for a limited time, Spencer. But if you need to duck out in the middle of it, just say so.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I'll be on here as long as possible. So we'll see.
Okay, so haunted houses. You guys have both written about them. Well, you're doing the house that smiles, and we talked to Chris about 396. So I thought, why don't we go over some famous haunted houses from movies and try to figure out what is the definitive haunted house.
All
right.
And I got some up here. I thought that we could judge them based on a couple of criteria. Real estate, mind fuckery, how dangerous is the house, the urban legend around the house, how scary it is, and what are your chances of escape if need be.
Okay.
All right.
So, just for instance, let's go ahead and talk. The first one on my list is, for Dave here, the House on Haunted Hill House.
Original or remake?
Original.
Okay.
I actually have the prices of all of these that you could buy this house if you so wish. If it is within your means and you want this nice house, it is not in black and white, it is in color. You can buy it for the low price of $23 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Real estate wise, it's pretty good.
Which is actually surprisingly the most expensive house on this list.
Makes
That's
sense.
kind of shocking.
I literally put this on the list like 2 seconds before I hit record on this thing. And I was like, all right, well, how much is the house? $23 million. That is insane amount of money considering everything else.
Yeah.
So has everybody here seen House on Haunted Hill?
Yes,
See
sir.
them both.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
When it comes to the adaptations of that book, I'm maybe this is sacrilegious to say, I don't know, but I'm a fan of the TV show.
The House on Haunted Hill?
Mm-hmm.
I keep getting those. Every time I hear House on Haunted Hill, I keep thinking The Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
So whenever people talk about it, I keep thinking that's the movie that they're talking about. I don't think I've seen the House on Haunted Hill TV series. Any good?
Oh, you know what? I think my wires are crossed here. I'm talking about the haunting of Hill House.
Oh,
I got
That's
really
that's my
excited. I was
bad.
going to look it up.
yeah.
No, The
I
Haunting
was
of
like,
Hill
there's a
House.
TV series. Yeah.
Completely missed it. Yeah.
That actually is on the list a little bit later, further down. But
Had his pitch to Netflix.
Yeah.
but the black and white Vincent Price movie is what I'm talking about.
Right. Yeah. Haley would kill me for mixing that up.
Her and Dave were the reason I put that on there. But I was like, oh, you know what? Whatever, it's still on here. So I actually just saw it for the first time just a couple of months ago. They have bad movie night at the planetarium, even though this is not a bad movie.
No, it's just
old. It's just old.
But great movie.
Goofy. So let's talk about it in terms of scary houses. What you look for in a haunted house here. So the second category is mindfuckery, which I guess it all just comes down to whether or not Vincent Price is in the house or not.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
everything he set up, most of it.
Now, would this be actually considered a haunted house, considering that it's actually Vincent Price pulling all these strings?
I mean,
That's a good question.
You could say that Vincent Price is the haunter.
Yeah.
Is the haunter.
He's the one building up this urban legend of the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you still fool everybody, so
Yeah.
in their minds, it's still a haunted house.
Exactly.
I guess haunting is very much in the mind of the people that are inside.
So when it comes to mindfuckery, this house would be way up there.
About as smart as Vincent Price is, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say in terms of mindfuckery, like if you're being convinced that the house is haunted, that's more of a mindfuck than it actually being true.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll allow it. I didn't think about it until just now. Like, well, technically. So since it's a real person, we might have real danger now. Number 3 is the danger aspect of the house.
Well, now that you've brought it up, this one seems more tangible and real than any of the other ones.
Yeah.
Because if you're in a place that you think is haunted, you're not looking around trying to defend yourself against the person next to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I'd actually argue that this one would be
even more dangerous. Yeah.
I was going to say less dangerous because the people staying there, like they've got their eye on the prize. They're there to win something, so they'll be they're already on guard for the danger, right?
Yeah. Well, because they already knew going into it that this house had a reputation.
Yeah, right. So they have that heads up.
Yeah.
And I think that counts for a lot,
So would you say in terms of danger, low, intermediate to extreme?
I'm gonna go with a little bit between medium and extreme.
Yeah, I'm on medium.
Yeah, I'd be on medium as well.
I'd say about medium, yeah. I'm going to say the last 2 here. I'm going to eliminate scares because scares is subjective.
Yeah.
So the urban legend around the house. Because for a haunted house, you need a good urban legend. I wanted to kind of rate this on how interesting the urban legend around these houses are.
Well, I don't know about interesting, but if it's being told to us by Vincent Price, that makes it pretty compelling, at least,
Yeah.
Or how about this? How well are you sold on the urban legend? And I guess in this case, since you have Vincent Price doing the selling, it would be very high.
Right. Yeah, I'd say high for this one.
Like, how well is the person selling you this urban legend, or the people around who tell this urban legend, are they selling it, basically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're selling it pretty decent.
Okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, the chances of escape.
Pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah.
They said they lock the doors and bar the windows, but wasn't that the case in the house haunted? Didn't they lock the doors and bar the windows?
Yeah, I think so.
Essentially, if you just lock yourself in a room, I think you're pretty okay.
Yeah, you're pretty good.
So chances of escape, I'll say high. All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so I got those notes down. We've covered that. We have a couple of houses here, so we won't spend an enormous amount of time on each one, but just enough to kind of talk about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Next one I wanted to talk about. This one was a little fun one. The Pink Palace Apartments from Coraline.
I love that.
That's amazing.
This was inspired by the actual Pink Palace apartments in Louisville, Kentucky, which a space in there can run you about $575,000.
Okay.
Yeah, that's more than I have.
Yeah. That's my price range.
Yeah,
I had to write these prices down for real estate.
Yeah.
We got to sell a bunch more books for that.
Yes, a lot more.
You hear us, listeners?
Buy their books.
Buy it. Please buy the book. That's every sell is us one step closer to buying our $23 million Haunting of Hill House mansion.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. We could buy a closet at some point.
Yeah. I'm trying to buy a shed for the groundskeeper.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. This one, I imagine, has a high level of mindfuckery. I mean, it's the other mother can pretty much create a whole reality.
Yeah, I'm on that.
Buttons for eyes, take people who you know and turn them into doll-eyed creatures.
That's so creepy.
That you manipulate.
I hear people say this all the time. They don't make like kids horror like that anymore. I don't know. Is there any like modern day like horror kind of things that are like made for kids, but is like, damn, that's actually pretty scary that you can think of that came out within like the last couple of years?
No, and I have 3 kids, all under 10.
I mean, Henry Selick is a special kind of like kids horror kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my kids won't watch it. They get scared. So mission accomplished.
Yeah.
Well, you need to ease them into Henry Selick. Start them off with James and the Giant Peach.
That movie's
Yeah.
so good.
Yep, that's a good one.
That has just enough scary moments to be like, all right, I'm a little scared, but it was still good. It has music in it, so
Yeah.
It does.
danger factor.
I'd say it's pretty legit danger.
Yeah.
But is the danger is pretty much only present if you go through that tunnel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Essentially, if you just go into the Pink Palace apartments and just kind of stay there,
Yeah.
and not crawl into the tunnel thing, you're pretty much okay.
True.
That's true.
I kind of
How
want
do
to
you
go
ignore the
low.
tunnel?
I kind of want to go low to intermediate on that. In all honesty,
Yeah.
Hey, go with what your heart tells you.
well, it's not based on it's based on we as a collective.
You know,
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a medium on this one.
Yeah.
Medium.
yeah, I
Medium.
think that's
Yeah.
it's a good compromise.
Okay, that's fine. Danger. How dangerous is it? This one, I will say, in terms of like going into the tunnel thing, because we can't just be like, well, technically, if this happened, then nothing would happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
like if you did the House on Haunted Hill, well, technically, it's not that dangerous if he decided not to mess with you. Like, so,
Right.
Right.
in this case, with the full might of the house, danger is pretty high.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, she erased reality right around her.
Yeah.
She.
That's very dangerous.
You just have to exploit her penchant for playing games.
Yeah.
Good word.
Penchant.
Yeah.
I hope I used it correctly.
I'm jotting it down.
I hope I said it correctly, and I hope I used it correctly. Penchant. It's pronounced penchant, dumbass. Why are you trying to make
the comments now?
Why are you trying to make it sound fancier than it is?
No, I think it gives a little flair, you know.
Yeah.
What are the chances of escape? The chances of escape?
I think you have to be clever enough to get out of there.
Yeah.
You have to be about as clever as a 12-year-old. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know how old Coraline was.
Badass 12-year-old named Coraline.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
I'd say medium-ish.
Medium.
I'd say medium.
I'm down with that.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm any smarter than a 12-year-old though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've seen that show. Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
But
Yeah.
apparently most people aren't.
Or not, yeah.
If anything,
Yeah,
I
I'm gonna
think
go
it's-
medium.
I think it just means that we shouldn't underestimate kids.
Yeah.
All right. Sticking a little bit with the cartoon aspect, this is one that you guys might have to sell me on because I never really sat and watched it in its entirety, is Monster House.
Ooh,
Yeah, I love that movie.
that's a great one.
Monster
Yeah,
House.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you have to watch it.
Yeah.
The Monster House took place in Mayville, Wisconsin, There was no price for it, but the average listing for a 3-bedroom house in Mayville, Wisconsin, is about $200,000 to $225,000.
Wow.
It's achievable.
Okay, Monster House. So, the two of you who actually have sat and watched it, how much mindfuckery goes on in that house?
I feel like that one. I mean, okay,
I think it's got a decent amount.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I seem to remember that it kind of embodies the spirit of what I've always thought of as a haunted house, but at the same time it's alive, right? And so
it's essentially a living house from his dead wife, right?
Right. Yeah.
So there's a lot of correct me if I'm wrong, Christopher, there's a lot of imagery of the house eating them, swallowing them.
Like
the
the
whole
door
is like the mouth.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I always thought that looked pretty cool for a haunted, like an actual living house with a mouth and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
I'm pretty sure that it breathes too.
Yeah,
Didn't like
that,
the like if you open up the front door, the carpet will come out and it's like its tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I think
That's
for
pretty
both,
cool.
I think for both Mindfuckery and Danger, I could probably put that high. Then I mean, you're basically inside a living house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't know why I never really got into it when I saw it. I mean, I'm guessing it's worth the watch.
I think
Yeah,
so,
I
yeah.
think so. Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a
It could
kids.
have-
I like some kids movies too. It's fine. But
Yeah.
like I said, Coraline. I like Coraline. So
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking for kids movies that are like along that edge that you were talking about with Coraline, I think that this is definitely one of them.
okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, I don't think that we ever did the urban legend surrounding Coraline's. But I'd say low for the urban legend, I guess, because only like the grandma knew about it. Really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So low for that one. So urban legend surrounding the monster house. Was that very much like a don't go into old man Tabernathy's yard kind of deal for the urban legend of that house?
I don't remember this part. Christopher, do you remember if the neighborhood kids were scared of the place?
Was there urban legend surrounding the monster house?
I don't feel like there was. It was just the grumpy husband yelling at everybody.
Like just old. It was just more of like
It was like that
just
old grumpy. Yeah.
don't go into that Clint Eastwood from Gran Torino's yard guy's
Yeah.
house.
Right. Don't go into his yard. Yeah.
Oh, great movie, Gran Torino.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just put that as low in terms of urban legend.
Yeah, I agree on that.
It was just a
Yeah.
grumpy old dude.
Yeah.
And chances of escape.
I'd say medium-ish on that one.
Yeah, I mean, some kids did it.
Yeah.
Some kids got out.
There I go, underestimating kids again.
Yeah.
These kids are beating haunted houses and other mother monsters, and you're like, yeah, these kids. I mean, if they could do it, I mean,
I could do it. Yeah.
I wouldn't be cowering in the corner, shitting my pants. Like,
Right.
moving along here, the Beetlejuice house,
Ooh.
$344,400, which is low.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it would have been a lot more.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good price for that house.
That's
Yeah,
a
I mean-
steal.
I think maybe
Yeah.
we should pull together our resources and
We can buy the Beetlejuice house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I call the attic. That's the real estate. I mean, Beetlejuice is in the house. You're gonna have a high level of mindfuckery.
That's a huge level of
Yeah.
mindfuckery.
oh, you know what, guys? I gotta take off.
You got to take off. Well, I do. We knew that you had to, but thanks for coming in and just kind of hanging out for a little bit.
Yeah, this was
Yeah, it was
fun.
cool to meet you, Spencer.
Yeah, you as well, Christopher. Please do me the honor of picking the perfect house after I'm gone.
Yeah.
We'll text
I
you.
will do my best.
We'll text you what we decide is the definitive haunted house.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, we'll talk to you a little bit later. Hopefully, we can get you on another time soon.
All right, thanks.
Talk to
guys.
Black Phone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks for coming on, Spencer.
See you, Spence.
Bye.
I'm glad that we got him on at least so we could get the versus thing though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
We tried to do that back with I might have to see because I think the winner was Haley last time when she went up against Tag. I need to
Go back in the archives and find it
and pit her winner against this winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you can still stick around and talk some haunted houses with us then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got time. My kids are all outside.
They're yelling at the neighbors.
Yeah.
They're yelling at they're avoiding the old neighbor that we actually do have.
I was just about to say they're off exploring their own monster house. So
Exactly. Yeah, the one true bit of my my existence.
he's gonna make it in your next book.
Yes, he will.
Oh, that old asshole from across the street.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess back to Beetlejuice. We gotta say high level of mindfuckery.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I would agree with that.
yeah.
Yet I do believe the danger is subjective because it's very much like if you say Beetlejuice 3 times, he goes away.
Yeah. And also Beetlejuice only comes if you invite him, so
He's like a vampire.
So it's kind of on you.
yeah.
So it's like
because without Beetlejuice it's just the
It's
married
just a
couple.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and if you piss off Barb and Adam,
Yeah.
but they're a nice couple. They're pretty
They're
much welcoming.
super nice, yeah.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put low danger in all honesty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's not very scary when you know that the afterlife is about as dangerous as a trip to the DMV.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you're just bored.
you're
Yeah.
just more bored than anything. If any, I mean, you can. You're number 860,428. So, all right, I guess I'll be sitting here for a little bit.
Yeah.
At least I get to see some interesting people. So
Yeah.
High factor of people watching.
there really ought to be a. Somebody should write like a short story of just person chilling out in that waiting room and just seeing all the people that come through. So I'm gonna go ahead and put low danger on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if there is danger, you brought it upon yourself.
Yeah. I don't think did this house have an urban. Well, it did. The urban legend was surrounding more Barbara and Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, this is where they died, and blah blah blah. So I'll say it actually had a decent urban legend
Yeah.
around the house.
And they were spreading it around pretty well, so.
So I mean, they became basically a local town urban
Local.
legend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think medium would be a fair,
Yeah.
Yeah.
local legend status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might watch that a little bit later. Did you guys ever watch the cartoon?
Yes, unfortunately. And I actually liked it when I was a kid.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I
oh,
watched a couple episodes, yeah.
I was gonna say I have fond memories of that as a kid. Did it not? Is it not as cool when you're an adult?
It is not as cool. But a lot of things are.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just keep it as a fond childhood memory. Then maybe I won't go and
Yeah,
look it
don't
up.
ruin it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some things are just better left nostalgic.
Yeah.
Yep.
I will say this though, despite what it might be, pretty damn good intro.
Yeah.
Yes.
Theme intro. And chances of escape. I mean, you can walk out of the house. I mean, that's pretty
yeah.
high, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I chance to escape.
I mean, if
Yeah,
if the danger is pretty low, then that pretty much would mean the escape chances are high.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, moving along. We got just a couple more, and then we can make our pick here. Or actually, let me do this real quick, just to see if they're on here. When I say a haunted house, like a famous haunted house in movie, or maybe your favorite one, why don't you go ahead and put one forward, and I'll tell you if it's on here, and we'll go to that one. And if it's not, I'll substitute one that is on here for ones that you guys put forward.
Okay.
Okay.
So, how about you first, Christopher? Do you have like a definitive haunted house when you think of it in your mind, like movie-wise?
Yeah, Poltergeist. Hands
All right.
down.
Oof.
All right,
That's a good one.
We will go to Poltergeist next because that was actually the very next one.
Awesome.
Poltergeist house is actually $596,600.
That
Makes
seems
sense.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad. I mean,
Yeah, nice neighborhood.
that's
Yeah.
what I was saying. That some of these are actually kind of doable. Which is why it was funny that the House on Haunted Hill was the most expensive, $23 million. I thought all of them would have been like $23 or some million because they're famous haunted houses. But except for Monster House because that was a fictional house. But I All right, so that is actually one that you're gonna have to kind of remind me of just because I hadn't seen it in a long, long time.
Okay.
So but I do remember
it stands the test of time.
Yeah, I do remember that there's you moved the headstones, but you didn't move the bodies.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
High level of mindfuckery. High.
Yeah.
High. Yeah.
Yep.
And the lady with that high pitched voice.
Yes. Remember what her name was?
She's also in Behind the Mask, the librarian from Behind the Mask.
Is it Zelda something?
You said Selma?
I'm not sure. I'm actually on IMDb right now.
Yeah. She. I mean, she's one of the more famous things about it. I just remember her. She has one of those distinctive voices.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
She is.
You might be right though, Dave. That does sound familiar. That name.
Yeah, I can't think of her last name.
Yep, you're right. Zelda Rubinstein.
Zelda Rubinstein.
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Her name was Tangina in the movie.
Tangina.
I
think that we can. Oh, sorry.
No, I would have never pulled that out.
High level of mindfuckery, and I would imagine a high level of danger.
Yes.
Especially if you're inside the house, because if I'm not mistaken, it ends with basically it imploding inside itself.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now
but the outside's got a lot of danger too.
Yeah.
There's that tree, the pool.
The pool.
Now, did it have an urban legend around it already?
No.
It just happened. Did it just start happening out of nowhere?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. So basically, it was basically the start of an urban legend. If it didn't have an urban legend, it did now.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
And chances of escape.
Low.
I mean, they make it.
They do make it. Yeah.
But I think barely.
Yeah.
I need to have
fight to get out.
I need to have criteria for this, chances of escape. You start from upstairs and you have to make it to the exit. What are your chances of escape?
I think low.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a fight to get out.
Yeah, I should have probably done it all right. Chances of escape from the top. If you start from the end of the house and having to make it to the other end of the house with the full force of the house coming after you, what are the chances of escape?
Yeah,
so you're dead.
So low to non-existent.
Yeah.
All right. I kind of knew that. When I re-looked and saw Poltergeist was on here, I was like, all right, that I think that we know which Chris's is going to be.
Yeah.
All right, Dave. What is a definitive haunted house for you?
I'm gonna go with the ghost house from 13 Ghosts.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, you know what? That's one I actually didn't have. I'm surprised I didn't, as much as we talk about it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. 13 Ghost Mansion. All right. Definitely high level of mindfuckery, high danger.
Yeah. Real estate's probably going to be expensive. I mean,
hella expensive.
That's a big house.
Yeah. Big house made completely out of glass.
Actually, I think I might have actually looked it up. I'm not sure. You might have to fact check me on that, but I think that it might have just been I don't think might have been an actual house.
Yeah.
Maybe because I think I remember trying to look for it and I couldn't find really any details on an actual house location.
Yeah.
Might have been a lot of sets. So
yeah, pretty sure it was just sets. Yeah.
Maybe that's why. Because I think I might have tried to look for a price for a house and it was I can't find one. All right. Fuckery, blah blah blah. Did it have an urban legend? The house itself. I think it was. No, it was the urban legends were very much the ghost, but they weren't from the house.
No, all the ghosts had their own urban legends and were brought into the house. So,
and this one's pretty low level of escape too. If these things are after, and you don't have glasses,
you don't have the glasses. And all the ghosts are out. You're done for.
So, like I said, if you were trying to get from one end of the house to the exit with the full force of the haunting happening,
you're not making it.
No,
you're not making it.
I don't think so. Those are some powerful ghosts.
Yeah.
That's like your dream team.
Of ghosts, yeah.
Yeah.
Your dream team, yeah. The all-star...
especially if your wife isn't one of the ghosts helping you out.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and just chuck in, just because we kind of have to, Now, what I was gonna put The Shining in, but that's a hotel, so I didn't count it.
Okay.
Just because that's a hotel and not a house, like a privately owned residence.
Yeah.
So the runner-up, we got to talk about the Amityville Horror House.
Oof.
Okay, yeah. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Amityville, which is, when I think of a haunted house, usually the first thing that pops up is the Amityville Horror House.
Yeah.
Very kind of street tier hauntings, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mindfuckery is usually a slow burn, I would think. Kind of like The Shining, the hauntings are actually a very slow burn. They don't just start out like coming at you.
No.
Yeah.
And
the longer you're in there, the more you agitate the house.
So I would say
the hauntings. Yeah.
I would say that the actual mindfuckery is low to medium, because it's very much depending on the mental stability of the people living there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which it might be like low on the list of haunted houses, but high in terms of storytelling when you're talking about characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's got that gradual build up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To some serious mindfuckery by the end.
Yes, like if you were to just catch it at the end, it'd be like, "Whoa, what the hell is happening here?" But if you saw it from the beginning, you'd be like, "Oh, it's a gradual build towards insanity."
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you guys think of the remake with Ryan Reynolds?
I wasn't a big fan.
Not
I
so
thought
much.
the house was too big.
Yeah.
Like, they show it on the outside, it's a small house, and once you step inside,
It's a
this is like
TARDIS.
mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
Danger.
Danger.
About as danger as like a regular person is.
Yeah,
because
I would agree.
essentially nothing necessarily supernatural to enhance about it as dangerous as a person is.
Yeah.
Right.
So I guess low to intermediate.
Yeah.
Low to medium.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
Oh man, I just remembered one I should have put on. Maybe I'll throw one in later as an honorable mention. Urban legend. High.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much what sells that.
Yeah.
That's one of those houses that's like, I want to go into it just to say I did it for bragging rights.
Yep.
And chances of escape, I'd say pretty high, considering that it's a low-level burn anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree. You
So
can
the
kind of
second-
leave at any time.
You can leave at any time. So, especially if it's just you in the house, then
You're fine. Yeah.
you're fine. You can just leave.
Yeah.
That will be the last one that we talk about before we make our decision. I just kind of wanted to throw in as a honorable mention the Casper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That house.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, I'll chuck it in here. Well, we have a couple minutes. Let me just go ahead and put in the Casper house.
What's the value on that? That thing's huge.
Probably
Right.
millions. I'm just gonna put question mark next to that.
Yeah.
Nice place though. I mean,
Yeah.
it has an entire, like, if you take that roller coaster ride down to an entire laboratory,
Yeah.
Yep.
which I thought it was fun.
Doesn't it have an atrium?
I believe so. I thought it was funny about that little that area, that laboratory area, because it's supposed to be hidden, but it's in an area that gets direct sunlight, so it can't really be that hidden. I mean, if you walked around the house, you would surely see it because it's getting direct sunlight.
Yep.
Yeah.
I know, of all things to talk about at that movie. I know
The roller coaster.
Yeah, of all things to talk about, bring that up. Like, you have a problem with the fact that it gets direct sunlight. Mindfuckery high, I imagine, with the three uncles.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
even Casper's kind of a mindfuckery.
Just constantly messing with you guys, like,
Yeah, a little boy chasing you
and watching you while you sleep.
Yeah.
and wanting you to be its best friend. That's kind
Yeah.
of scary.
Yeah, arguably he could be scarier than the uncles. The uncles will just flat out like just mess around with you and troll you.
Right.
But
Yeah.
some
Casper's
creep,
kind of stalker.
Yeah.
he's the kind of ghost that's like, now we can be friends forever.
Yeah.
You just need to jump.
Yes, you just need to drink this water. just drink this water, and that I've slipped something into, and we can be friends forever.
Now that
Danger-
we're talking about it, it's a pretty messed up movie.
Yeah.
That's another one that we should do a series, movies that are kind of more messed up than you remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casper, and then just when we go into describing the movie, we just have to describe it from the point of view of like, this is not a friendly little kids movie. This is
Terrifying.
This is terrifying.
Yeah.
Danger, I'd say about medium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
The uncles won't kill you intentionally.
Yeah.
Right.
They'll mess around with you to an extreme extent, but they're not out to try to kill you.
Yeah.
But
No,
it
they're
could,
more kind of playful.
yeah, but it did result in what's his name's death. I mean, that was kind of his fault. He fell off a cliff. But yeah, but they could get dangerous if need be. So I'll say medium's about fair. It could get out of hand. Urban legend around the house.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
I would think
I feel
it's.
like it did though.
I feel like it was like this house is haunted, and that's why not a lot of people went up there.
Yeah.
I'll say medium.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with medium.
At least local legend status.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's a creepy old house.
it's a creepy
Somebody's
old
gonna
house.
be scared of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And lastly, the chances of escape.
Pretty high.
Pretty high. I'd say.
Yeah.
I'd say fairly high. All right, we have our. How many houses did we get here? We can go ahead and make our
Can we
decision.
throw in one more?
Sure.
I feel like we should do the Haunting of Hill House.
That one's on here.
Yeah.
Haunting
Yeah.
of Hill
Is it?
House. $1,500,000.
Oh, pretty big chunk of
It's not
change for the
28
house.
million. Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty, yeah.
I heard like an argument when they were saying like when they talk about this movie, like, are the people in the house just crazy and did all that stuff actually happen?
Yeah.
Was
Because they talk about like black mold and the fact that it could have on you long term, but
like, was all of this stuff really in the minds of just these unstable, unhealthy
Individuals.
or was the house like?
Well, that's a lot of people. You gotta get to be messed up with.
yeah.
Like you have to infect everybody in the house with that
Well,
fear.
I thought that was the direction it was going, because when they were talking about stories from like the other kids' perspectives, like at the time, you could make the argument that it's a vivid child's imagination based on scary events that are going around, that their memories are just kind of filling in the blanks with something scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there was one instance where where the dad came in and said, keep your eyes closed, don't look, and stuff like that, as they were running out the house. So it's like your memory is pretty much based on what you think you might have saw, or think you might have
fear
heard
in your parents' voice.
Yeah, that you just kind of said it was this, and So I mean that's a damn good series that I might have to go back and rewatch again.
It's one of my favorite like haunted house series of all time, because it goes into that long term effect that the house had on them.
Yeah, because it doesn't just stick with like they had a haunting and then they escaped. It was like, no, they carry that around. Yeah.
No.
And they were still drawn to it even as adults.
Yeah.
Like how it messed them up.
And I think that adds to the danger of the house, is it was able to draw them back.
Yeah, it's long term.
Yeah.
It actually has one of my favorite shots in any show, where it was that funeral parlor scene where it's all one continuous take.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some cleverly hidden cuts, but for the most part, it's like one long continuous shot.
Yeah.
I love that. I love when movies and TV shows do that. Should we just go ahead and give the winner to Haunting a Hill House? Like we're kind of just going into it. So mind fucking.
Yeah, high.
High. Just the fact that we're sitting here like, did it happen? Did it not? It's mind fucking us now.
Plus, you gotta think the Red Door room changed and morphed into different things for each character. It was a game room, the tree house, dance studio.
Yep. Yeah, it was everything that each individual liked.
Yeah.
And there's something like about like the house itself won't kill you. It'll find a way for you to kill yourself, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's long term.
Yeah.
Now, did the house have an urban legend before they moved in? I forgot.
Yeah. Because like the caretakers wouldn't come to the house after dark.
After dark. Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess a medium level.
Yeah.
I'd go with that.
Medium. I'd say the chances of escape are pretty low considering it draws you back.
Yeah, even if you get out 30 years later, you might end up back
you're
there.
coming back.
Yeah.
Did you ever really get out?
Yeah.
Draws you back when you're an adult.
Yeah.
And
30
plus,
years
you
later.
still deal with everything while you're out too.
It's like 1408. Yeah, 1408. You think you're gone, and then it turns out, nope, you're still there.
Yep.
Because she still saw the bent neck lady multiple times in her life.
That was her.
She was out of the house.
That was so. That was such a like, when you find out who the actual bent neck lady.
Exactly.
Lady.
Yeah, that was unexpected.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what to think about that.
You've been torturing yourself your entire life. And you didn't
I'm sure I know that's a deep metaphor too, but I'm just too just blown away by what is this right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good mindfuckery moment right there.
Yeah. She actually fell and she just went through all those moments in her life.
Yeah. And then when you saw her hanging, you're like, oh, it's the bent neck woman.
Yeah.
Which it's interesting because you can just read that into I know we saw it from her perspective, but we could make the argument that she did just commit suicide and that the bent neck lady is just like the metaphor for her trauma that she never got over. That was just like too much for her. There's just like so much that you could read into it that it's like you can easily make an argument one way or another.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially from the outside, like the whole family misinterpreting what people were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the mother killing herself. It's like, well, she didn't really.
Yeah.
The house just got to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely supernatural element because what's her name? Theo had did she have latent psychic abilities? Like if she.
Yeah, she kind of sends people's emotions by touching them.
What is that noise?
Yeah.
That's my dog scratching at the door.
Oh.
Talking about haunted houses and you start scratching at the door.
Stop talking about it.
Hold on.
Go ahead. I never watched The Haunting of Bly Manor yet, though.
I got 3 episodes in and quit.
It's not as good.
I didn't think so. It tried to do what American Horror Story was good at, and keeping the same characters and trying to follow that formula. I don't think it did it very well.
The Murder House was going to be on my list too.
That's a good one.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, when I watched the first episode of Haunting of Bly Manor, and I was like, I'm just not feeling it nearly as much as Haunting of Hill House.
Bly Manor was decent, but Haunting of Hill House was better.
A lot of
I just couldn't get into it.
The likable characters were likable, and the characters that you're like, I hate you. I couldn't stand the oldest sister.
The one that did the funeral parlor.
Yeah,
she was annoying.
And I didn't like the older brother either. I just hated the fact that they all. I hated the fact that they all never believed their younger brother, but at the same time, given the road that he went down, you can understand why they wouldn't.
Yeah.
Right.
Like when he
kept still messing with him.
Yeah. When he became like a heroin addict and you see him in the house carrying away a camera and stuff like that, of course you're going to think, given his track record, that he's stealing from you.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things you can't blame them for thinking that, but at the same time, he's like, but I know that he wasn't there for that. You don't understand.
Right, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. I feel like we've talked about Haunting a Hill House an unfair amount of time for the other ones.
Yeah.
All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 houses to choose from.
All right.
We have the Haunting of Hill House. We have House on Haunted Hill, Coraline, Monster House, Beetlejuice, Poltergeist, 13 Ghosts, Casper, and Amityville Horror House. Of those, House on Haunted Hill, high level of escape, medium danger. Coraline, low to medium danger, medium escape. So I think we can go ahead and cross Coraline off.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take Beetlejuice off too with that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through these, and we'll just say we can cross this one off and whatever. Monster House, high level of mindfuckery, high danger, medium escape. That can be a contender.
Yeah.
Beetlejuice. Yeah, we can take Beetlejuice off the.
Yeah.
Great movie, but haunted house wise, nah.
No.
Yeah, kind of a fun time.
Yeah.
The next one is definitely a contender. Poltergeist, high level of mindfuckery, high danger, low chance of escape.
Yeah.
So that's a contender. 13 Ghosts, high mindfuckery, high danger, low chance of escape. That can be a contender.
Yeah.
Amityville Horror House. As much as I think that's the one that my mind immediately goes to in terms of haunted house, I think that the story very much relies on. The story is mostly about the characters rather than the house itself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I would throw that one out.
So I would throw that one out. But it needed to be mentioned.
Yeah.
It's got I think it wins in the urban legend category.
Yeah.
It's a character development. It's a setting so that your characters can shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Casper. That can pretty much go. I just wanted an honorable mention, that one.
Yeah.
And the Hill House is a contender. So our top contenders, we're gonna have to go through these, are House on Haunted Hill, Hill House, Monster House, 13 Ghost House, and Poltergeist House. I think we can take off House on Haunted Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy to escape.
Yeah.
That one's pretty easy. We can take that one out. So we got Monster House, Poltergeist, 13 Ghosts, and Hill House. Personally, I think that we can take off Monster House.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen the movie, so.
Just given what we have here.
Yeah, I'd go with, we can take that one off.
So our top 3 contenders are the Poltergeist House, 13 Ghosts House, and the Hill House.
Right.
I would personally throw out The Haunting of Hill House. I mean, no, wait, are we doing?
We're trying to determine
the
definitive haunted house.
The one
I
with
would
Vincent
take out
Price.
the 13 Ghost House.
I would too, because
you don't even think about it all when you first think about haunted houses.
The house
takes
itself,
a while to get to.
The house itself is not haunted.
No, it's the ghosts.
It's the ghosts. So
Take
I knew it was going to come down to Poltergeist and Hill House.
That's tough though. Now
I know I'm so biased.
I know you're right. The thing is, I could go either way on this one.
Yeah.
Because, well, Hill House has recency bias.
Yeah.
But it also had longevity in terms of its scares.
Yeah.
Poltergeist is famous, and
as a movie,
as a movie, it's famous, which also means it has that kind of status of like it's been around a while, that everybody knows the Poltergeist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
This is tough. We might. We're gonna have to. We're gonna have to do.
This should go on.
Oh, go ahead.
On the Instagram page, have the fans decide.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I don't want to decide. I don't want to have to decide, so we'll let other people decide.
Right. Exactly.
So,
but if we had to choose,
no, we'll hold off because we don't. All right. Well, how about we just say personal opinions, but we'll go ahead and put it up on Insta
as well. Yeah. See what other people think.
Me personally, I would probably, if I think immediately when I think haunted house, geez, that's tough.
I'd have to go with Poltergeist.
Yeah, you know where I'm gonna go.
Yeah, Poltergeist would be my pick for the winner.
For the fact that it brings back its victims and that it sparks so much discussion of whether or not it was real, I'm gonna say Hill House.
All right.
So this is a good tiebreaker for the fans on Instagram.
Yeah.
I honestly could have tossed a coin, but like I think that
it's so close between the two. Yeah.
But I think the Hill House kind of sticks with me a little bit more in terms of when I think a haunted house and it draws you back in.
Yeah.
But Poltergeist is a damn good movie too.
Yeah.
And a good like when I think haunted house, if I'm not thinking of Amityville Horror, I think Poltergeist.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
But Hill House is up there for me. But
It's a good cage match between the two of them.
Yeah.
We'll bring it up, and I'll make sure that this is going to come out around the Halloween week. It'll come out the week of Halloween.
Yeah.
We'll bring that up, and I'll make a little thing, and people can decide.
I like it. I think that's a good way.
Yeah.
All right. Whew, this was a good episode. I like this.
Fun. Yeah.
Jam packed.
That was really fun.
Yeah,
lots of content.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for. Content.
Exactly.
Right.
We're like, you ever see that Bo Burnham special that he did for Netflix? He did during the pandemic. He just did a whole bunch of little mini skits things from. It was just him and his house during the pandemic. Oh, it's pretty funny. He made a song called "I Brought You Some Content." Teddy made you some content. Oh man, but this is great, and Chris, it's, much like last time. I hope you become a regular on the show. It's always fun when you're here.
I'd love to.
Yeah,
especially when we'll have to have you come on at some point when you finish John Doe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Or when you put out your new novella.
Or the novella.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll probably come out first.
Yeah.
Do you have kind of a estimated date for that? Or is it still like...
Release it in January, because everybody always says the best time to have a new release is after the new year.
Oh, maybe we can do a special Christmas episode then, and we can push it.
Yeah.
I can give you an advance copy.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause it'll be done. It'll be done before Christmas.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. That way, by that time, well, it could be a Christmas episode. That way, we can talk about it, and then we'll release it on Christmas.
Yeah.
Just in time for it in January.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Then I need to also get on Amazon and get that. I need to see how 396 resolves, because I was reading it, and then I was like, yeah, but I got to give this to the winner. So.
I'll shoot you a copy. I'm actually mailing out like 7 of them today. Tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's nice of you. And then
I'll show you another one.
And then that'll make for a good thing if we end up doing the Christmas thing. We can talk about it. We can give another 396 book away, which I'll be finished reading it by then, and we can talk about your upcoming one.
All right, sounds good.
A lot of fun.
All right, well, hey, I hope that you have a good rest of the day, and thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, you guys too.
And happy Halloween to everybody out there. Have fun, be safe. And as always, I've been Chris Thomas, and with me, as always, Brooke Ryder Dave.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to BodyBag Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe and leave us a comment as to what you'd like to hear us review, or any horror movie topics you'd like to hear us rant and rave about.
And while you're at it, you can find us on Twitter at BodyBagPod and on Instagram at BodyBagPodcast.
Thanks, and we'll see you next time.